Yo, good morning, traders, and welcome back to Market in the Morning. It is Wednesday. It is CPI day. Get ready to full port those accounts, but the smart way. We're going to be breaking it down with Market. I have Nalab with me already. We are set. Guys, if you're ready to make some money, you're ready to learn something, smash that like button because Market in the Morning starts right now.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And we're back. We're back live, Market in the Morning. You guys are here every single time we do CPI. So thank you again for joining us. We got hell of a day to get through. Just an FYI about the analysis we were talking about yesterday that even I mentioned, Seb mentioned. You can clearly see how that has played out. That instead of pushing up from here, we saw gold pull down to our demand area and we got nice market structure printing since then. Now, traders, most traders see this and they're like, oh, CPI is going to push gold up. It could. It could also cause CPI gold to come down to another demand zone before we see more buyers if CPI comes out hotter than expected. So this would be a great setup for intraday play playing out from this range down here, which is still makes CPI a buy, regardless of if it comes out hot or not. The point is that we can't determine what direction CPI is going to come out at or the actual number, but we can align ourselves with the overall macro bias. So even if CPI comes out hot, what we're likely going to get is a pullback on the intraday time frame, and that's going to cause sellers to jump in. And we're going to have to be careful of where we buy at that point. It's going to have to be lower, maybe even down here, maybe down here, wherever it may be. The lower it is, the better. The point being, this is a scenario that hot CPI will drive you to, right? And we'll open up another chart quickly. Guys, watch. We're going to do a 5-minute CPI prep. And I want you to pay attention to what I'm about to show you, because this is more than what anybody you pay $5,000 to a course will be able to tell you and show you, okay? So again, this is a scenario we get of gold coming down to this liquidity area on the following hot CPI. Okay, so if CPI comes out, this is a scenario that you'll get following, and then I'm just going to screenshot this because this is important. That hot CPI will cause gold to go down to or higher CPI because this will mean that rates are expected to remain high. Now, on the other hand, maybe either if we get cool CPI, we get a quick whipsaw down to a known lower time frame demand zone, and then we get a push up, or we get a straight push towards the upside into 4450s. Into 4450s, and that will be a play based off of cool CPI. So if CPI comes out cooler than anticipated or below the minimum, then you know we're going to get we're going to get this play, or we're going to get this downside play if, let's say, CPI comes out the same as previous or just slightly below at 3.4 instead of 3.5. Then you'll get quick whipsaws down to a known demand area in your intraday time frames before seeing further upside. So now that we have those two scenarios, we can instantly check and see what could possibly happen. And what we're going to do for that is we're going to open up market, right? I'm going to remove those arrows and I'm just going to open up market. By the way, guys, I have some personalization coming for Ask Market later tonight. So how CPI is in 6 minutes, prep for gold and ES now. So this will start prepping me. And after CPI, it's going to tell you CPI just happened. This is how you take advantage of the move, or it's going to be very dynamic prompts that come up, right? Gold hovers near record high. Is gold bullish? Gold? So anything, it's going to be all very, very cool. Oh, new landing page too. Quick flash on that one. But now we have our playbook open right here to the left, and I'm just going to zoom in a bit. So I'm looking at CPI year over year. This is what it means for dollar. This is what it means for gold. You can see how the maximum got changed to 3.6 yesterday. We talked about this. And now here you go. Hi, Alexandria. Hope you're doing good. Hi, Lauren, Stacy, Piyush. Welcome, everybody. This is great to have
Tons of
everybody here
people.
for such a massive, massive day, right? It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
So, again, this is what we're paying attention to, is the number when it comes out. And we're not going to just jump straight to the chart, okay? When this number comes out, I'm going to be the last person to tell you guys, we got to go straight to the chart. What we need to do is look at the actual reading, see where it falls in line on our playbook. Okay. See what it means for gold, what it means for ES and risk assets. And then only then do we get to go to the gold chart and the dollar chart and the US equities chart and see how the markets are digesting it. Okay. Now, if CPI comes out cool, perfect. Dollar devaluation continues, gold upside, US equities upside. If CPI comes out hot, you're going to see temporary gold upside, dollar upside, which is likely to get capped off at one of these key price areas, right? This is like just another would be a quick retracement phase, and at first you'd have to make it past here. But you get the point that I'm trying to paint here is that for constant and able to see dollar sustained upside, we're going to have to see a complete change in narrative. And right now, the markets are pricing in a more easing monetary policy since the Fed meeting. That's why you've seen dollar just absolutely tank. Okay. So looking at gold, again, we're waiting for the number to come out. And it's exactly 5 minutes since we started the prep. So now you come to the charts, you know not to focus on just the release and whether dollar pumps up or dollar pumps down. It's deeper than that. It's you have to understand our buy gold. Yes, man, we've been buying gold since 39.73. We also bought at 4K. We bought 4,023. We bought the retest here 41.55. I personally bought these lows twice at 42.30s. I took these buys, and now we're also in these buys over here. So gold has been a buy since around July 14th. So a month now, gold has been a buy. If you're in market in the morning, we were walking you through the last CPI right here, which was causing gold to turn into a buy. And now gold surprisingly is sitting up here. So it kind of shows you that macro fundamentals work. And if you're ahead of the game, you'll catch these large moves and you won't be focused on just CPI move here when we've been in position in the gold buys from here and here the following day, right? Remember, I talked about it last time. I talked about it last week that the positioning for CPI is going to take place the day before and leading up to it, just like how the positioning from NFP, right? NFP happened here. Markets were positioned for a lower jobs reading because the Fed had already signaled a more of a dovish hold, right? So again, back to here. We got 2 minutes. We're going to go to the economic calendar. Let me just move this away. We're going to go to the economic calendar over here, and we're just going to, just hang out for a bit. How's your day been, Kevin, while we wait for this CPI reading? Because we're prepped now. There's no, what? One thing I had a teacher tell me in high school was that on the night of an exam, if you're not ready by 9 p.m., you might as well go watch a movie, man, because there's nothing after that you're going to retain. So CPI is in 2 minutes. Kevin, how's your day going?
Bro, it's going pretty good, man. Stopped at the bagel place.
Nice.
Were laughing it up. People were living it up. Tells me CPI is going to have a nice read.
Yeah, hopefully.
I was a little concerned on oil staying a little higher than where it was the prior month, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see on oil. I think oil is just gonna fade out the move.
Oh, I'd love to. I know. I can't wait for it.
I really think that maybe we go up to 85.
Oh, yo, pull up market. We got 30 seconds before CPI. Already seen a little volatility step in. Kevin looks scared, brother. I'm never scared. Never scared. Not in the dictionary.
Kevin never lets a number scare him or candles.
Nah, bro.
Kevin isn't like the retail crowd where one candle scares him and he starts becoming in a panic state. So we got 10 seconds. Wow, gold is pumping, man. Gold is absolutely pumping right now.
Yeah, ES and NQ are pumping right now.
Pumping right now too, right? Let's see what the markets take this as. What's the reading? Give us the reading. Give us the reading. 3.4. 3.4.
There we
3.4.
go.
There's that correction of the move, right? And here's gold dumping off. But this is just a liquidity grab. Remember I said it was going to be taken as more of like a markets doing a liquidity move right here. So this is what the markets are taking it as. Once the noise and dust settles, guys, because we have to keep in mind, 3.4 is the year over year. Core actually didn't even go down. Oh, no, it went down. Core went down. Okay, perfect. Core went down. It's still above the minimum. The Fed is not going to hike in September. This is going to fade it out. You're going to see, once the noise and dust settles, you're going to see gold buyers jump back in, right? Wherever it settles from, and you're going to see ES buyers continue the rally. Same with NQ buyers, okay? The reason why this is going to happen, and this is what I'm anticipating on gold, right? pull back. This is what we had mapped out before. This is my main level, right? This is my main intraday demand. If we don't break this, if we break it, then we're going down here. But this is what we talked about leading into CPI, a move down to here. This is now more of a neutral reading for CPI, okay? Because it was forecasted. It's lower. It's forecasted. It's still above the minimum. So I said after the whiplash and the noise and dust, this is going to turn into a more of a buying opportunity for traders to take advantage of. Now, it's not as simple as, oh, we're gonna buy now because this is a good price. Okay, fantastic. We just had a data report. You'd want to see price settling down, right? It's not out of the ordinary to see something like this, right? Maybe CPI continues right above from here. But now that it's above like 4K, becomes more of an attractive buy for gold, given the fact that we had lower CPI, we had lower core inflation. So markets are going to be more optimistic towards this. And eventually, this dollar move is also just going to get faded out towards the downside, right? And same with like gold. Gold is already making its way towards the upside now. Okay, gold is making its way towards the upside. We're going to see, if I go to ES is rejecting that same area again, that same key level, and same with NQ is likely looking to push up right now as well, because the markets took this more as, and look at where gold already is, right? That exact thing that we drew out, guys. This isn't random. Remember, we said cool CPI. We will get a push down to here. Now, I want everybody in the comments right now to hit the like button, because we called this out. We called the pullback down to here, cool CPI. If it wasn't a surprise, it was going to do that whiplash. So I need everybody to drop a W. I need everybody to drop a thumbs up, because that's what this stream deserves. We can probably just end it here, given that we just called the entire move. And the same sentiment and bias continues. So this is how you use an economic calendar, right? You just refresh here. Sometimes the LSEG just takes doesn't excuse me.
God bless.
I was sitting outside this morning and I had a bunch of allergies kick in like right instantly. I got to stay in the morning. All that loads. You can easily see that since we got a 3.4 reading, prior was 3.5, but minimum was 3.3, right? 3.3. 3.4 is the current, and forecast was 3.4. We got more of the whiplash here, right? You can see we had that whiplash because it was an expected reading, correct? Now, if we didn't have an expected reading and instead we had it come out as 3.3 or 3.2, that's when you get this straight upside scenario, because it's a surprise to the market, okay? Now, because it was an expected decrease, you got that whiplash. You got the whipsaw where the market pulled down to the previous lower time frame demand zone and then is now pushing up. But isn't that just like how we talked about of the different scenarios? That if it comes out 3.4, you're going to get more ranging. And that's what we got right on release. But then if it came out higher or lower, you would have gone that more volatility. Now, just like we talked about that dollar move getting faded out, the gold buys playing out, we also talked about ES buys, which have perfectly played out from the same demand zone. Even yesterday here, people who took advantage of this ES move got it perfectly, because all it was this retest and buys from down this support zone that we talked about. So this analysis is playing out perfectly, right? Gold analysis playing out perfectly, right? And then, yeah, dollar analysis playing out perfectly as well. So everybody who was thinking the dollar, just because it's ranging here, is no longer bearish, we're in a different macro regime now. And I hope now it's becoming more and more clear to everybody of what environment gold is currently operating in. It's not the same macro landscape. So everybody who has been telling us that gold is still a sell, you all are focused on this type of movement where gold retraces here. And that's what you're calling gold a sell as. I'm calling gold a buy, because even if gold goes down to here, I'm buying because I know structure is going to shift like this. And then I'm playing the long-term game. So in a month down the line, 2 months down the line, I'm going to be saying, I told you so. So that's my long-term game. So again, it's what did we do here is we followed the data. We waited for the release. We saw where it came out in compared to minimum, maximum, and prior expectations. We saw the bank forecast that it came right on top of there. So we know that it's going to be more of a neutral range. This is expected. Okay. Now the markets move way better on surprises. That's when you get very clean volatility and volume in the markets. Now the fact that this was more of a neutral reading because this was expected, all we did was whipsaw down to, and this is where those idiots,
Yup.
those idiots with a sell stop here,
Yup.
buy stop here get absolutely
Thinking the
wrecked.
same thing,
Those
bro.
low IQ monkeys that have failed to evolve with the rest of society get absolutely demolished here because they have no place in the markets. This isn't a playground. This isn't a
No.
zoo where you're walking
Video
around
game.
chipping away at other monkeys. This is a professional environment. This is the global financial markets with trillions of dollars moving through them every single day. And if you're going to be as ignorant as someone putting a buy stop up here, sell stop, you deserve to have both sides triggered and liquidated. And I hope your broker bans you because that is the most ignorant way to approach trading and to approach economics, right? This isn't a circus. It's the new generation. And thankfully, dude, I was surrounded by right people at the right time in my life that guided me on this journey in trading, right? Jeeve, one of them, people on my team, everyone has played a hand in me understanding markets. And of course, me, myself, putting in the time and effort, okay? Now, when someone DMs me or someone DMs us saying, hey, I got both of my buy stop, sell stop got triggered. Brother, what do you want me to do about it? What do you want me to do about your stupidity? Right? Let's look in the mirror for a second. So that's why, guys, it's so important that the first thing wasn't that we went to the charts, is we understood what this number meant. So while 99% of them are just staring blankly at the charts, trying to understand what's going on, we broke it down that if we got a very unexpected reading, we're going straight up. But if we came more on the range, on the expectation or prior, if we came 3.5, meaning inflation didn't go down, the markets were still going to take it as dovish after we got whipsaws. Why? Because it means inflation didn't go up though. So, it basically is the same as it going down. They take it the same. Now, 3.4, it came right on the forecast, the bank forecast and the retail forecast, right on top of it, but it's above the minimum. So it's not a surprise. This is expectations. And this is why we got this move towards a downside before the same sentiment continued. So this is exactly. Scott said it perfectly. Positioned nicely in Asia prior to London. Yeah, same here. Me too, Scott. I'm positioned right at the end of the daily candle, right? An hour, 2 hours before I entered buys here as well. I was also, if you guys remember, I was also in these buys from yesterday, which got taken out at break even, unfortunately. All good, because that's my expectation, is when I'm in these intraday positions, I expected that the market is going to whipsaw, that the market could come back down to my entry, right? And this is something that about 2.5, 3 years ago, I had this conversation with Jeeve while we were out at dinner. This is before market. This is it's just me and Jeeve hanging out Friday after market close, before we even thought about making market. That I'm like, dude, like I keep taking break evens or I'm missing these positions. He's like, bro, your expectations are completely not aligned with how markets actually move. Is you're expecting your intraday plays to play out like they're scalps, like it comes to your zone and it plays out. And then he proceeded to show me like 17 examples of his intraday trades that took days to play out, where the price came back to it over the course of 3 days, but his conviction was still strong enough, so he held, right? And that's where I was like, oh shit. If market is just respecting my price zone here, it doesn't matter what price action looks like. Some people are going to take this as, oh fuck, oh no, we got a lower high. This means this is going to happen. That's what people take this as. But what if this happens? Quick tap and straight up. Doesn't that look like bullish structure just held? So you can't be one-dimensional viewpoint of the market. So when people are zoomed in like this, and I see somebody on Twitter saying, why are you bullish on gold? It's bearish. I'm like, motherfuckers, zoom out of the 1 minute time frame, okay? Execute on the 1 minute, but understand that this this current 1 minute price action doesn't define a gold trend.
Yep.
Gold's mega bullish since the dawn of time. This is the daily chart on gold. So when I see someone talking about gold to sell off here, it's like, guys, let's zoom out. Let's focus on what's going on and what the regime we're in. So now that we've broken this down, this is perfect. CPI is playing out as expected. I took buys on CPI post CPI. So as I was breaking this down, remember, we planned this out. We didn't just come to the charts right now. We talked about CPI buys from here if we got a cool CPI. I then walked you through that this was a cool CPI. I then also said, if we reject here, we're going to start pushing up. And as I was saying that, I entered those buys. So everything was done live on stream. I'm in from 4,405 right here as we were about to snap back above here because we didn't get that like double bottom. We got the next 1 minute candle just push up and I'm like, yeah, this move's going to get eaten up. Now it's getting eaten up. Where can we head towards next on gold? First of all, we have to be wary of this little resistance here, but this will get taken out. Don't worry, we're going to take this out this session, okay? Whether we get a little bit of a retracement here, okay? Or even if this move gets corrected, this is still valid. Now, why is this move valid? You're like, Nalab, we just had cool CPI. Why would this move get corrected, okay? It's the same principle as this. We had FOMC. The Fed did a dovish hold right here. Markets pushed up. Markets corrected the entire. Oh, sorry. This is am I wrong? This is this is FOMC. Yeah, that is FOMC, right? Perfect. Yeah, markets corrected the entire move, went below FOMC lows, and then pumped up. So does that not tell you that it doesn't matter what market structure does, as long as you're aligned with the sentiment, this is still as good as a buy as this was down here. You get what I mean? Okay. And even if we correct this entire move, we get some catalyst, this is just as good as a buy as this is in the moment right now. So that's what everybody should take away from here. Ibrahim said, I'm still holding gold from 43.26 and 43.57. Had two positions buy from 43.87 London, closed 371st and got brown. Amazing work, Ibrahim. This is what happens when you are prepared and you're at the charts. You're tuning in every single day. You're understanding what's happening. You're understanding your psychological mistakes. You're understanding where you fall short, and you're making an impact and you're making a change on your own trading. Now, where is gold about to head up into? That 50s area we were talking about, left to the left here. Now, this is an area where if you're in those buys, you should look to take some profit here because this is a good profit-taking target as we head up into this NFP area from June. You guys remember this June NFP we called and we wrote those sells down right live? It's the same thing that we do on every data release. And you can't call it luck because we walk you through each and every scenario using markets playbook. Okay. Now that's what we need to keep in mind is that we didn't go straight to the chart with a buy stop, sell stop mentality. We understood the data, where it fell in terms of minimum, maximum expectations, and boom, did we absolutely kill it on the move above 4K. You can rewind it. 30 seconds after CPI, after I had broken it down, I said above 4K, gold is a buy. 360 pip move called out live on gold. There's no other live streamer on Instagram doing this besides Jeeve. Jeeve does it better than I do, but you get the point. There's no one else that isn't a part of the market stream calling out trades and moves like this on high impact data releases during geopolitical tensions because no one else has the knowledge and capacity to do so. So thank you all again for joining. Please drop a thumbs up for Kevin. Kevin's been absolutely killing it. And again, guys, keep in mind that I mentioned this, that if we reject these highs here, we pull back down to 4,400 or even 43.60s. Again, it's still a good buy. And that's something I will look to take. Is if for an intraday play, okay? I'm already in from here. I'm already in. I already took some profit up here. Now, yeah, nice. Good job, man. 300 pips, I'm done. That's the mentality, is take what you get. You don't get too greedy. You understand market structures right here. We have technically just completed this range towards the upside that we had to the left. Okay. So a retracement is completely normal. And keep in mind, we've been pricing in a softer CPI this whole time, that inflation's going down. So a move like this for price structure isn't out of the ordinary, where we completely correct this entire play that we have. Does that make sense? Right? Does that make sense that CPI was expected, came out unexpected? It doesn't matter if we correct this whipsaw, we could push down here and push towards the upside. Okay? So, exactly what we're talking about. This is the perfect approach to trading markets. Is you don't get emotional. You don't take this one CPI report as a game over for we're just bulls now. It's about how does this relate to the entire picture. Lauren said, didn't understand CPI, NFP, or FOMC until tuning into you guys. You're enabling more strategic traders. Absolutely. Thank you, Lauren. And that's what it's about. We understand that the markets aren't just candles. Candles are a mere reflection of how algorithms and market participants like yourself, like me, like institutions, Kevin, whatever, how we digest this information and position ourselves in the market. And that's where you see buyers honing in from these areas because they're aligned with the trend, or these large moves where retail ends up chasing, but institutions have been positioned from here, they're positioned from here, they're positioned from here. And the biggest of the biggest ones are positioned from buys from here and right down here because they understand the shift that's coming before retail realizes it. So as I was talking about in the previous live on Monday, that all these decisions and these data reports are just a story about interest rates and what it means for interest rate expectations. Okay. So CPI coming out low means that markets are pricing in lower rate expectations. See, dollar weakens after CPI data, dollar yen last down. Okay. Perfect. If we go down, there's going to be some headline. Okay. Before we even go down, there's going to be some headline about rate hikes being priced out and cuts being priced in. Here it is. U.S. short-term interest rates slight after inflation report. Okay, tightening odds with limited surprise. Boom. So you can see all these reports relate right back down to interest rates, and that's what's important is that you take what these reports are, and then you translate it and understand what it means for rates and how it impacts the market that you trade. So even markets telling you that something just happened. But even if we pull back down to here, we're still bullish on gold. And it's the same with ES. It's the same with NQ. Look how beautifully this is playing out. And this is what I was talking about, that pre-CPI positioning from down here. That retest, that double bottom, and look at that. This is going to play beautifully to all-time highs. And this, guess what? It's a 1 to 6 risk reward setup. And same with that dollar setup, completely faded out. And look at gold is also merely continuing its way towards the upside. Now, that's a lot right there. But I hope you guys understand how data plays out in the markets and that it's not just a guessing game. There's beauty behind the madness here. And if you can uncover that beauty, just like how we showed you, is that maybe in 6 months, 7 months, you won't need to tune in. Is you'll be able to walk yourself through this if you just have market open. You're on the economic calendar. You can see that, oh shit, 3.4. Okay, I know what this means. Now I need to go to my charts and boom, translate that into price movement. It's as simple as that. It's not complicated. So I personally don't subscribe to the excuse me.
God bless.
Thanks, man.
Yes, sir.
I personally do not subscribe to the retail way of thinking that this is just a high impact report that I will come back when it's done. I don't subscribe to that. I understand this adds to a narrative or takes away from it. And that's what I'm focused on. Is I'm not here to be the guy to tell you ignorance is bliss, less is more. Yes, take what resonates with you, but don't ever say less is more in the markets. You are literally waiting for failure at that point. So, so a few questions in the chat. Did we miss some? Sometimes correction finishes. How do you know correcting is almost finished? Well, correction is going to finish at a known market structure area, right?
Right. An extreme.
Exactly. Here, you shouldn't be buying gold while gold is dropping. You don't know where it's going to drop off to. It didn't drop to previous zone support here. It ended up forming a support right over here at the retest of this range highs, right? So in this case, you're not buying until gold forms a support. And when gold does form a support, it's very easy to tell. Like you can see a bottom happening here and price action developing. And guess what? Let's say you missed this. Guess what? Double bottom right here, intraday setup. Boom. Oh, you missed this one. Guess what? CPI low bottom correction. Boom. So you have to take positions and market structure. The markets will always come back to its previous structure to retest it to get more orders. Boom, right here, right here. We retested this price sensitivity area, order block, boom, push up. So you see, it's you're probably entering somewhere here with before the market's done correcting because of FOMO or just trying to rush into an entry. Is you don't need to have FOMO. The markets are plentiful, lots of opportunity. Buy opportunity here, buy opportunity here, buy here yesterday, buy here overnight, buy here in CPI. So do you see over the course of Sunday market open, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 buying opportunities, and it's only Wednesday.
Nice.
That's
a good week right there.
Fantastic week right here. Fantastic week. Why? Because the markets are trending cleanly. And when they're trending cleanly, we'll tell you when to attack, when to defend. Like, do you see how confidently I said, guys, if we get cooler CPI and reject this area, it's a buy. But be careful. Wait till the noise and dust settles. Should I wait? Manish, you're going to have to stop with the caps, man. I'm getting tired of reading your messages with
bro. You're yelling at us.
Yeah, you're yelling at us, man. If should I wait for a retest? You're getting a little confused, bro. If you're getting confused, you got to watch Market in the Morning from the start of the week. It's completely normal to be confused, but that seems like an issue internally that I've broken down CPI, gold trend, macro environment, everything from the start of the stream for the past 32 minutes. We've gone through all of it, every single thing from where gold is, how gold could be a buy, what data event we have coming up, how we need to look at this. We waited prep before the release. We waited for the release, looked at what it meant for dollar, called out the dollar sells, called out the gold buys, called out the ES buys, called out the NQ buys. What more do you want from me right now? What more can I do to clear up confusion? If you can let me know where you're confused, then I can go a bit deeper into it, But coming here, should I wait for 4,400 retest? Man, I'm getting confused. Without telling me where you're confused by, you're here for signals at that point, and that's not why we're here for. We're here to walk you through the trenches of the financial markets. But if you're confused about lower inflation and why gold went up and dollar went down because of low inflation, I need you to click on my YouTube channel and watch the latest video I have, because it will 100% help you clear up that confusion. Or if you want to just let us know that confusion here, we can clear it up as we're already paying attention to the markets and we've been walking you through it. So yeah, it's just let us know in the comments. We're here to help, but we're not here for spam.
Education, right? We're here to give you guys knowledge so you could act on it yourself. What if market stops one morning? You're just gonna be like, shoot, who do I copy from now? No, you got to take control of your own trading. Like, you got to take control of your life, understand what you're reading, what the fundamentals do. We're here to teach you how to use market, how to be independent traders.
Yeah. Now, somebody asked, what is hawkish and what is dovish?
Good question. Let's ask market. This guy forgets there's a mic option.
Shit! Show me 5 headlines for each stance, okay? So dovish and hawkish are stances that favor the direction of policy, interest rate policy. So here, we're going to show you a few things, okay? And this is, I should have specified a bit more, but actually, let me do this right here. Let's redo it because it showed it for all different central banks. Wait a minute. Show me 5 Fed headlines. Okay. So hawkish policy, and we'll let it clear up this first. Or we'll let it finish the response, and then we'll walk through examples of it. Okay. Now, bull and bear is not the same as hawkish and dovish. All right. Let's clear that up, put a differentiation right there. Bullish and bearish is the direction of the financial markets, of the market you're looking at. Hawkish and dovish is the stance the central bank has on their monetary policy. Okay? Based on the stance they have, the markets are either bullish or bearish. It's not the same. It's not the same thing. It's not another terminology for similar. It's not. The markets, the direction of the markets, whether it's bullish or bearish, depends on whether the central bank is hawkish or dovish. Okay, so these bullish or bearishness is a byproduct of the stance the Fed or the central bank takes. All right. Now keep in mind, hawkish policy means tighter monetary conditions, meaning rising rates, expectation of rising rates, slowing bond purchases, or signaling concerns about inflation. Now, dovish means an easier policy. So cutting rates, expectations of rate cuts, lower rates, stimulus, such as the Federal Reserve buying US treasuries or mortgage-backed securities to stimulate the economy like they do in every single crisis. That's called quantitative easing, and more so their asset purchase program. You can search that up, the app, Federal Reserve's asset purchase program. Or prioritizing growth jobs over inflation fears. That's a dovish policy. Now, certain headlines are right here that are more dovish. Boston Fed President Susan Collins would back September interest rate rise if inflation remains hot. This is hawkish because it expects higher policy. Okay? Dovish, Hassett says he would hold or cut rates if he was at the Fed now. Okay? That's a dovish approach. Barkin also said inflation to be cut to 2%. So that's dovish. He's saying it's going to be 2%. Now, what's another dovish statement is something like this. Trump, where is it? Trump cites inflation, tells voters to remember it for midterms, describe inflation report as amazing. This was last inflation report, July 14th. This is a dovish statement because this is Trump telling us that inflation is going to come down because he's going to bring oil prices down. And the markets base the direction of it based off of whether the Federal Reserve and has either dovish stance or hawkish. Now, the Fed over here told us they didn't hike. The markets took it as a dovish hold. And all the data points towards the Fed not hiking in September. So do you see what I'm talking about? Is that the dovish and hawkish are just stances of monetary policy. And that dictates the direction of the currency. Okay? Here, every single time there's been a big pivot, I can show you an example of what the policy was. Why did gold push up for 4 months? Because markets were pricing in a hawkish policy that rates would go up because inflation was going up, because oil was going up. And why was oil going up? Because of the war. So it comes back to this. It's a hawkish policy, meaning tighter conditions, rising rate expectations, concerns about inflation. Now that's a hawkish policy. That causes dollar to go up. It causes gold to go down. And that's exactly what happened for the same time. It causes indecision in US equities. Now, a dovish policy, on the other hand, is the opposite. Is when markets are expecting a dovish policy, this causes outflows from dollar. So just like how over here we're pricing a hawkish policy, and now from here we started pricing in a dovish policy. Why? Because oil prices are largely coming down, right? Remember this analysis from up here. Oil prices are coming down. If oil prices come down, that means inflation will also continue to come down. Sorry, I had the wrong chart. That inflation will also continue to come down, right? Now, if inflation continues to come down, just like it is here, why would rates need to stay high? The markets are going to price in lower rate expectations. And you're going to see dollar devaluation. You're going to see gold continue to chug its way back to 4,700, 4,800, 5,000 because the markets are pricing in cuts. It's the same thing that happened in 2022. This was a hawkish policy. And then as soon as the inflation came down and markets started pricing in cuts, we got dovish expectations for an upcoming policy, dovish change. And then this is where the Fed actually started cutting around here, but the markets had already rallied. So this is what hawkish and dovish is. It's not the same thing as bullish and bearish. The direction of the market, which is bullish and bearish, is determined on the stance the central bank takes for the respective market. Whether it's the Federal Reserve, it impacts basically everything. If it's the Bank of England, you're going to focus on GBP, any GBP denominated currencies, your UK gilts, your UK bonds, your UK equity markets, FTSE. Okay. Now, if you're focused on Japan, you're going to focus on Bank of Japan and what they do with the monetary policy. And you're going to know that they have a complete opposite problem. They've been trying to get inflation. They've been trying to get to 2% inflation from having decades of negative inflation. So it's a complete different picture. Each central bank has a different stand. Majority of them are on the same side, following the Fed, and they work in correlation, hand in hand, besides Bank of Japan. So yeah, great. You're welcome. Hopefully this explanation cleared it up for you guys, how they're two different things. Again, you can go to Ask Market, like I went here and got an explanation plus actual recent data and headlines that are for each. Now, I could even see, like over here, let's do something like, what happened to, disconnected to my phone. What happened to gold on today's CPI? So US CPI, we know, came out today. I'll pull up the latest CPI release and the gold candle reaction for you. So it scans the calendar, analyzes the 1 hour gold candle, and it breaks it down for you. Now, I can see what happened here, but for people who have no idea, they can come here, and it's different than like how ChatGPT or Claude does it, because we show you what happened here, right? And look at this. CPI spiked on the so gold spiked on the CPI release as markets read the data as not hot enough to force tighter Fed repricing. What did I tell you guys? What did I tell you guys before? That if it's a 3.5 or 3.4 reading, they're still going to take it as it didn't go up. Inflation didn't go up. And that's exactly what market tells you here. Is I told you, we know what we're doing here. We don't rely on just data and market to guide us. Like, I know what I'm doing in the markets on data releases. Okay? So keep in mind, there's always a reason for every single move in the market. And if you just watch the story, man, it's as simple as going to the home dashboard, understanding where we are currently, what factors are playing into it, what supports the buys, market's position for slightly US softer CPI and core inflation prints. And boom, we got that, guys. We just got it. Now, it's the same thing. I can use Ask Market to guide me through anything possible. Now, we have PPI tomorrow. And this is how you just prepare yourself. I can come here, prepare me for PPI. I trade gold and ES. That's all I want, man. I trade gold and ES, and I want to get the analysis for it. I want to be read the rate decision odds and get the playbook for both markets that I trade. And it's this simple. No, I've become a fan of yours. You're amazing. So thank you, man. I'm a fan of you too. I'm a big fan of you. I'm a big fan of you because you're a big fan of me, and game respects game. So you can see markets are right now pricing in a 68% chance for a hold, right, from the Fed September, with 32% chance of a hike to the left. Bullshit, hike ain't happening, buddy. Okay, this is your PPI range. This is your playbook for gold. Hot PPI means this. Revived September rate hike odds. Soft PPI means this. This is where gold currently is. The sentiment is still bullish. And this is your for ES, so S&P. So boom, boom, boom. There you go. Game over. Now you're prepped for it. And it's this simple. Now, if I go to chat, and I ask it that question, prepare me for gold, it's going to give me a whole life story I give no shits about. Okay. Now, keeps going, fantastic. Now, how do I take this all back to the chart? It's much harder. I don't know what exactly to focus on unless I have widgets or something that are guiding me. Okay, very bearish for about 52 for gold, 5.2 for gold, right? Now, again, quick iteration of how we can prepare. And we also have a lot more coming up for Ask Market. How it's going to be cool. Look at this. CPI just hit. How did gold and ES take it? So these prompts are smart. CPI just hit. Want the gold read? And you could type yes here, and it will Reply to CPI just hit. Want the gold read?
Nice.
I'm working on this
That
right.
is
I'm
sick.
cooking, guys. I've been cooking
Bro,
all week.
always, all week, all year, man. Always
All
cooking,
year,
bro.
all
I'm
week. This is just
down.
how we do it. Like we're just pushing. We're cooking a new landing page too. Look at this. Look at this. Isn't this just so cool?
That's
Wow.
awesome. Guys, get access marketedge.ai. If you don't already have it, get access
Yeah.
marketedge.ai. Nil, do you have any cool discounts for new users? We got about 340 people in here right now.
Man, I honestly I don't have it at the top of my head. Let's just get something quick from the team. If you can just get something quick, and we'll send it to. Actually,
This
guys,
is Kev.
Kevs, yeah,
Yeah,
use code. Is it code Kev
yeah,
or Kev? Just
KEV.
enter KEV. Enter that code. Get a discount from Kevin. He pays us out of pocket for it. So I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Get a discount. Use code Kev, and you can enter that on the checkout, and you'll get access to market and anything new market comes out with. Guys, keep in mind, a lot of these platforms, what they do is a new feature they come out with, they'll paywall it higher. They'll charge you per usage. What we did is we just gave it out for our users for free, and we have tons of more stuff coming. Is our one of our communities asked for alerts. They're like, no, lab, we want alerts. We want alerts. We're tired. We're tired of tuning in and watching you rant about idiot traders in the space. We just want alerts. It's coming, guys. It's coming. We're getting there. We're
Yep.
perfecting it. We're almost there. We also have an app coming in a few weeks. So there's so much on the horizon, and we're just very, very excited to show it all to you. So, guys, beautiful analysis on gold. Beautiful trade. I took the buy from above 4,000. So if that's something you guys also took advantage of, please, please, please tag us on Instagram. Take a picture of the market in the morning live. Tag us on Instagram. Tag our main IG market_AI, tag me, tag Kev, tag us all, and we love seeing it. We love seeing you guys join. We love seeing you guys take the trades we call out. We love seeing you follow and trust us in the analysis that we do weeks ahead of time. For those who are new here, Kevin and I were the first ones to tell you gold is going to sell off right here because we understand what it means from what the war meant for monetary policy expectations. We were also the first ones to tell you that this is where gold bottoms out. And we said this while we were selling from up here. That when we come here, this is where we got to be careful of selling. And as the data come in, we guided you that this is where the gold starts breaking out. And we rode these buys all the way since the start. CPI here, we had the buys. FOMC over here, we took the buys before and the buys after. So we're always here delivering. We run a platform called Market. You can have a look at marketedge.ai. We make macroeconomics stupid simple to the point where you could go to the squirrel across your park and explain it what CPI meant today for the market, for the acorn market, right? Because listen, lower inflation, acorn prices are definitely going to come down too. It's we make it that easy that you could go hear any headline and see explain me or teach me. And if you don't want to do that, you can ask market anything. Just like how I walked you through how to prepare for CPI or what happened to gold on today's on CPI, it broke it down to the chart. And this is exactly how we took advantage of it, that it matched forecast, reducing immediate inflation surprise risk, dollar weakened on CPI, print supporting precious metals. But you can see we had already prepared you for it before it came out because we have the economic calendar with playbooks and we know what this report means depending on where it lands. Now, Neil, if you don't mind giving us a short psychology gem note when markets make you feel like shit. Yeah, man, dude, I can't tell you anything that you haven't heard before or something that you don't know yourself. Um, I go through moments of it. You go through moments of it. We all go through moments of losses and wins. I think the number one thing to keep in mind, and this is not just talking about markets, it's more so a mindset that you should embody because it's going to help you. We are giving Larissa, it's coming. We're working on it right now. We heard all the feedback from the HTL community about giving market a voice. So I can tell you that in the next day or two, your asked market will be reciting to you the entire response.
Nice.
So thank you for your feedback again. We appreciate it. Anything to make the product better, and if it works with our vision, we'll absolutely add it to the platform. So just going back to this, you've heard this advice before. It's good because it can help you through any situation, not just the financial markets. And it's that when you're performing, horribly, you're not as bad as you think you are. And when you're on top of the world winning, you're not as good as you think you are. At the end of the day, you're just a man. And if you keep that in your mind, or you're just a woman, you just keep that in your mind, that at the bottom of the bottom, that the lows of the lows, you're not going to be so rocked by the emotions of it. You get what I mean? Is that you'll still have such an optimistic approach, because guess what? Just like markets, how markets move in waves, life is also very cyclical. You're going to go through ups and downs. Sometimes the highs are going to be higher than the previous highs, and the lows are going to be lower than the previous lows. But that doesn't mean that the overall trajectory of your life changes. It still makes that upward trajectory, because you have that mindset that, hey, I'm going to continue pushing, that I'm not as bad as these lows here, and I'm also not as good as the highs, right? You're just a man, you're just a woman, and you're just someone who's experiencing the ups and downs of life. So I've gone through it. Started the quarter, I was down $16,000. I got chopped up in this range. I was super transparent about it, and you also saw me come to every market in the morning with the same attitude, regardless if I had just taken a $3,000 loss that day or not. You get what I mean? Because the point is, my losses don't dictate who I am as a person. They don't dictate my behavior. And the same as the wins. Just because I'm on a win doesn't mean I'm some egotistical maniac who's going to lash out at everything. And just because I'm on a losing streak doesn't mean I'm a dickhead to my family or my girlfriend or whatever. It's, you got to be emotionally neutral. Your wins don't dictate who you are as a person, and neither do your losses. So that's just a very key reminder. And if your family or your girl can tell a difference in when you have a winning day or a losing day, dude, that's wrong. Like, you got to stop that. Like, you got to be more emotionally controlled. So guys, give it a round of applause to our boy Marco. Check out his YouTube channel, Inter Equity Trading, plus Marco Trades. He does a lot of vlog content. So just to quickly go over everything that we talked about, fantastic trade after CPI release. We marked out the scenarios for cool CPI, saying that if it came out on expectation, we were going to get that whipsaw. But that whipsaw was only going to go to a demand zone before buyers jumped in. We took those buys after this 1 minute candle started pushing above 4K. I'm in from 4,005 once we got that clear confirmation, and I took profit after 300 pips right on this upside. Now, again, keep in mind, just because we had CPI doesn't mean all of a sudden that we can't pull back down to here. Yes, we got cool CPI, but the market can always do what the market wants to do. Now, this doesn't necessarily take away from it. All this causes is an intraday retracement for more liquidity. Then maybe what price really needs right now is a proper correction on the intraday time frame. And then when we do get that, it sets up for those higher lows, and then maybe take out these lows here, push a bit lower, and then push up at 4,300. Completely normal. That doesn't change the current macro bias. It doesn't change what just happened. It doesn't change the directional bias on gold. It just causes an intraday retracement. Now, I want people to think about the financial markets as more as just, oh, where is the market going to go after 9:30 in the first 30-minute candle? Okay? I don't want anybody thinking that. Is that I don't give a shit what happens in the next 5 minutes on ES. I prepared you guys from this analysis yesterday that I don't give a shit what happens at 9:30 a.m. on Monday. I care about when market comes down to this zone, and then I'm gonna buy. It happened 2 days after, guys. Yesterday, a day after, 28 hours after this analysis. Markets finally came down to here, and then we pushed up since then, because this is positioning. If a platform says there's a 60% chance you push up at 9:30 a.m. if the next 15-minute candle is green, that's bullshit, man. That's bullshit. Look what happened to S&P. Why did we come down to here before CPI? Because this is positioning. The markets don't care about the next 30-minute candle after open. None of that's relevant. Yeah, you can take your squeeze or 10 pips in the market. I'm not in it for that. I'm in it for these positional trades that happen the course of days, weeks, months, and that trend is everlasting. I'm in it to be able to dictate where and watch the market actually switching regimes and call it out for a month before the gold breakout happens. Do you know how many people were expecting gold to break these lows and push down to like 3,800, 3,700? That most definitely could have happened, but there was no catalyst that was building up for that. And that's what they all miss. It's anybody could come to the charts, give me a technical analysis, but can you give me a breakdown of what events and scenarios will need to play out for gold to end up back to 5K? You can't. I can. I can tell you the exact timeline of things in terms of the upcoming high impact events and what those would need to play out as for us to get gold back to all-time highs or back to 5K. And I can tell you that all the way down to November, December, wherever that may be. You know why? Because the shit plays out the same day in, day out. All you need to focus on is what type of policy the markets are focused on. Guys, hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull something up real quick. Again, this is something we've been watching on. Every single data report is a rate story. This means that jobs, inflation, growth, and geopolitics, none of them matter on their own. They matter because they change what the market thinks the central bank will do to the rates. Okay? Now, job reports, CPI, growth data, they all impact interest rate expectation. And interest rate expectations is what the market participants position themselves based upon. That's why when we zoom out a little bit, you see that ES bottomed out on FOMC.
Yeah.
You can see that NQ, where's NQ? Where is NQ over here, man? Yeah, I gotta fix this, guys. I gotta fix this shit. NQ bottomed out on FOMC.
There we go.
Okay. Gold bottomed out on FOMC. Now, this isn't a pattern. This is a pattern. This isn't out of the random. Dollar topped off on FOMC. Do you see what's happening? The markets have switched regimes. Okay? Now, markets went from pricing in higher rate expectations with a bullish dollar, bearish gold, bearish NASDAQ, to pricing in lower rate expectations. This means bearish dollar, bullish gold, and bullish NQ. Do you see what's happening? Every report is pointing towards lower rate expectations. Now, Nalab, what do you mean every report? I've only seen CPI. Hey, little monkey, open your eyes. Click this candle over here. This was NFP. This was weak US payrolls data, cut Fed hike odds, and lifted gold. Okay? So we went from pricing in a higher rate expectations from February till now to now lower rates. Gold will pump up, NASDAQ will pump up. Oh my God, that's exactly what happened. NFP was here. Gold is now up here. Gold's been pumping up. Oh my God, same with NQ. NFP was here. Gold and NQ's up here. It's because markets are pricing in lower rate expectations. Okay? That's the regime we're trading. We're not trading the regime from back here where NQ is consolidating very, very shady. And then same with here, or where gold is just in a range or selling off in that regime where the markets were pricing in higher rate expectation, right? They're pricing in this. So you had more of a bullish dollar. And you could see that when you look at the dollar, that this entire thing, look, end of January till July 29th, bullish dollar. End of January to July 29th, bearish gold, ranging gold near the end of it. Okay? Do you see what I'm talking about? It plays out the same. Bullish dollar, bearish gold, bearish NASDAQ when higher rates are expected. When lower markets are pricing in lower rate expectations, bearish dollar, bullish gold, bullish NQ. Hence, you see this happening now. It's a change of a regime. It's not just your average technical analysis here. This is better. I'm breaking down the financial markets better than any macroeconomic professor in University of Toronto, in Harvard, in Oxford, in Cambridge can do live in front of you before the data comes out, after the data comes out, absolutely guiding you from the point of this whipsaw. me telling you that we're gonna whipsaw here. That if we get CPI on point, that we're gonna get the whipsaw down to here before we see buyers jump in. This is how you actually trade the markets. You don't come to the markets with a buy stop, sell stop, hoping for the best. Man, if that's where you're coming from, I'm praying on your downfall. Every single day
No,
I wake up,
we're
I'll pray
praying
on
to
your
take
downfall.
advantage. It's a
Yeah.
huge market.
Yeah.
Switch that side. Come back.
Switch that side, become a trader who operates in the markets with conviction.
Yep.
Do you understand what I mean? Is that when gold was selling off yesterday, or as every technical trader said, gold is selling off, I was looking for buys here because I talked about this in the analysis. Okay. If I could like more than once, I would.
Kim's the goat. I know
Yeah.
you guys would.
Yeah. So look at this. Is if I had that conviction going into CPI, knowing that gold is bullish, I'm not going to be scared to buy here. Is I'm going to look for that buy, knowing that my stop loss is perfectly fine below this market structure. That if we take out these lows, maybe we go down to here before I can buy again, or maybe, and I don't know if Marco's still here, but this, like, I love how Marco trades. And
Yep.
I've watched like a ton of his videos on Inter Equity. Like that snap back above, and it's I have a similar style too and similar setup. Is that when market takes out a low and then snaps right back above that range and then continues cool, I'll just reposition myself. I mentioned it so many times, guys. I don't always get the positioning right on the first try.
Yep.
Sometimes I'll get stopped out and I'll have to reposition myself. I'm fine with that because my risk to reward is higher than my loss, way higher than my loss. And market gives that edge, so we're prepared. Thank you so much, my friend. I really, really appreciate those comments. But look how cleanly this plays out if we just follow market structure and pay attention to what's happening here, guys. Okay, before we jump a little into it, I want to just get to know some feedback. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to open this. I gotta open market landing
Timing
page.
in the market and your time in the
Yeah,
market.
yeah. Do you guys like this landing page? What do you think about this new landing page? Do you think it works well? Like, does it convey what market does? We show the goal. We're gonna show a lot of cool stuff here.
That's clean.
Clean, right? Or what do you think about the dark view? What do you think looks better?
In my opinion, you guys let us know in the comments. My opinion,
I
dark
like
view
the
is sort of with our trend. Like that's what we do. But the light view, I don't know, man.
just made it
That gives
look
that
more
apple.
premium, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's what I was thinking initially. I was like, this kind of makes it look so premium.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think we go with the light view. Guys, comment 1 for light, 2 for dark.
Dark view? Damn.
Hold up, wait. I'll get a poll going. Give me a second here, guys. New poll. Light.
What? Dark view? Oh my god.
That guys.
Ooh, I kind of like that more. Yeah, right? It looks dark. Yeah, I was going to say looks premium. White looks premium 1. Dark, but give the option to change. Yeah, I think Amy's right. We're going to have to do that. I'm used to
Yep.
dark now, but white is clean. Yeah, you're right, Amy. I'm going to have to give them
All right, there you go.
Gonna have to give them an option. But
I'll-
yeah, thank
I'll
you guys
vote
for
on
that input. And also stay tuned because we have that update on Ask Market coming out. Oh, sorry, my local server just went down. Well, that's what happens when you're doing a demo in the middle of market in the morning. Is that shit's gonna break, right? And that's all good. Well, I'll show another time. But yeah, we have that customized prompts coming, so they're going to be dynamic. Where, as you saw, CPI just came out. It's going to say CPI just hit. Prepare for gold and NQ or whatever you trade, so you can take advantage of the post CPI move. You get what I mean? Now,
Yep.
coming back to gold, as I was saying, I don't care if it corrects, even if it's cool. I'm going to take those buys, and that's exactly what I'm looking to do now. Okay, so I'm going to position myself on the intraday time frames, knowing that we had cool CPI, that the direction we were focusing on is intact. Nothing changed. We're still riding the same buys. So now where can those buys come from? 4,000. I would love, guys, to see this level again, or somehow if we get some sort of event or catalyst that pushes gold all the way down to here. Remember, this is 1,000 pips low. But if we get something, corrective structure starts printing and the market needs to go lower, amazing buy zone right here. Fantastic buy zone. But I hope this is been clear in the markets how we took advantage of CPI, took advantage of gold, ES buys, and then also I told you that we're likely going to reject this area and push back down. And even if we push back down to here, it's still a buy for me. So hopefully that was more clear for you guys as well. Please drop a like. Please post about us on your Instagram, your stories. Okay, here's the little giveaway. Okay, tomorrow we have PPI. Right, Kevin, you'll be here.
Yeah, I'm
Unfortunately, I
always
won't
here.
be able to make it. I have an appointment in the morning.
Oh, you
But
can't do PPI tomorrow?
yeah, I don't think I'll be able to make it. But I will try my best. I have an appointment. But
Uh,
we'll do a giveaway tomorrow. We'll give away we'll give away three market subscription. Okay, uh, these will be given to new users, the people who don't actually. It'll be given to anybody who participates. Even if you have an existing market subscription, we'll just add it to your existing subscription and you'll get those free months. But tomorrow we'll be giving out three-month subscriptions to market. So if you're a user and you pay us, thank you so much for your support. You'll just get those 3 free months added to your subscription. So what I want you guys to do is share about this stream and how we killed it on CPI. And if you could just leave one thing in text that you learned from this stream about data releases, sentiment, anything that we went over. It could be about how much I call idiot traders, which aren't you guys, by the way. When I talk about it, it's no one in this chat. It's always people who aren't paying attention to the markets. That's who the 99% are that I reference. Everybody here is part of that 1% high intellect, high IQ, high EQ traders who are in it for the long run. So I want you to leave just a comment on what you learned today and what you learned in Market in the Morning. Anything. You'll be entered into a giveaway. My team will keep in mind. Just make sure you tag us. You can tag Market Insights or Market_AI. That way we know your submission. And tomorrow we'll mention three names that'll get a three-month subscriptions. Okay, so that'll be added to your current subscription. If you're an existing subscriber, if you're a new user who's been wanting to try market, you'll be getting 3 free months to try it. If after the 3 months you don't want to be a part of market, you can cancel. You'll never get charged. Okay. So, guys, tag us. Let us know. You'll post about CPI, post about how you use market, whatever. We'd love to see it. And we'll be doing, fuck it, we'll do 4 giveaways, four accounts tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow for PPI because Kevin's going to kill it. And yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited that when we call out these cool trades, when every single analysis that we do lines up, plays out, it's just a good feeling. It adds to our conviction. It makes the community trust us more, and it brings like-minded people together, right? So, sorry, I've been going on and on. Make it 5. All right, man. 5.
Yo, you
5
ask and you
accounts
shall receive.
tomorrow. 3 of them will be 3 months. 2 of them will be 1 month subscription each. Okay, 5 accounts. By the way, if you guys know the value of that for us, also none of these subscriptions are free, right? Like you got to keep in mind that it still costs us per user per subscription. Like there's still per user costs. Like us paying $500,000 a year for an economic calendar or data. Like those costs, there's still a per user cost for infrastructure, AI costs, everything. So those 3 month subscription costs are about $1,000 expense for us. So you get what I mean? This isn't like it's free. It's still my company's still taking the hit on it because we love the community, we love giving, and that's what we've always been about. Is every time we partner with the community as well, my number one goal is how can I provide that community just the amount of value that they're going to provide me, if not more. Right? And one of the best examples of this is that we go into communities and do fundamental webinars regularly. I do them multiple times a week. And as a CEO, I want to get the name of my product out there. So I'm willing to do whatever it takes. And sometimes that's a lot of giveaways. So we'll do, maybe if today goes amazing, we'll do these giveaways more often, once a week. We'll make it fantastic. So guys, all that talk aside, mention the giveaway. Gold, we're still aligned on the bullish bias at very key price points. And these are great areas to attack in the markets. But trying to buy at a high is when you need to be defending and not attacking up here. Okay. Ask market is next level. I've been using it so much, so
Oh,
really
really?
deep. sorry, to really deep dive into fundamentals. Oh, thank
There
you
we
so
go.
much, Jennifer. Really appreciate that. Nalab loves you more than your girlfriend. That's a lie. That's a lie.
That's a lie. This guy's like, yo, shut up. She's watching.
Girlfriend's watching, guys. She's watching. No, no, no. It's not
That's
funny.
great.
Can't wait to
So
analyze markets like you two. Let's go. Yeah, we can't wait either. Best one is HTL. Absolutely. The best community. Any other community, if you're pissed out about that, that's your fault. Make your community better. Make them like the HTL community. HTL loves your team, and we love the HTL team and the
yep.
community, the entire moderators, Mel, all of you guys in the group. Trust me, like we really feel the love. Look at him blush. Yeah, I don't blush. I'm a very heartless guy, to be honest. I got a cold heart. You're building a great community here. Too in the lab, we're here for it. Thank you so much for your support, Kimmy. It means a lot.
That's
It's
awesome.
this, like I'm telling you, this all of this started off in one voice message that I sent to Jeeve, and I'm like, hey, maybe we should try building this. And now the fact that we have hundreds of people watching us every single day on a platform that we built with our blood, sweat, and tears, that to me is like a massive win. Is I don't care if I ever reach the rest of my goals. It's dude, this was such a big achievement for me for being able to do something like this that I'm content. I'm content with how things are going. And it's just now anything more is a blessing in turn. So HDL loves to hear from you guys. Oh, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. I know Kevin killed his webinar recently, right?
Yes,
How'd
sir.
that
We
go,
were
Kevin?
there.
What was your outlook on it?
It was good. Oh well, same with you on CPI. I was a little. It's funny. I figured it would come in within forecast. I didn't think we were going to come in lower than forecast because of the whole oil thing, but I knew we were still going to come a little lower.
Yeah.
But yeah, New York session just opened.
Yes, sir.
Nasdaq on a pullback right there. I'd love to see a good buying opportunity.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see how we retest this area over here. How we retest here into these wicks, these CPI wicks, or even again, guys. Again, even if we break lower, I'm not looking to sell here. Okay,
Yeah.
and you got to keep in mind is that I'm not the type of person who's coming to every session, regardless of what he sees, trying to catch a direction. Is there's one directional bias I trade, and that's where the macro environment is aligned. Now it's the same on gold, that it's the same on NQ, it's the same on ES, is that we're all still bullish. That we're still bullish, we're still pushing high, and you can clearly see that we're retracing a bit because we're at these highs. Now, I'm not looking to be the person who's taking sells from here to down here. Yes, that could happen. Absolutely could happen. And if that's the way you trade, perfect. Because you have an edge in that case, is that you know when to sell and when to exit counter trend. I'm horrible at that, so I'm not going to do it. Fuck that. That's just going to cause me stress. I have 10,000 other things to be stressed about in my business. I'm constantly being hit up by every angle. Boom, 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 boom. I don't want to be stressed at a counter trend position, so I'm not going to take these sells. Instead, I'm going to align myself with the buy analysis that I had from the prior day because I'm not in a rush. I'm just waiting for the markets to come back to my price point. Whether that happens here, whether it happens today, tomorrow, Friday, I don't give a shit.
Yep.
It's just if market's at my price, I will take advantage of it. Kev can help you change your candle color in the lab.
Oh yeah, did you know? I didn't know that you could change your candle color on Market's dashboard.
Buddy, I'm the one who built it.
Bro, I didn't. I know. Maybe they're talking about Trading View. It's funny when I was in
I'm
Mel's
the one who built
session.
this. What do you mean? No,
No, I said I didn't know.
Oh, okay. I thought you
I
asked me.
know.
Did
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know? I was like, what? I'm like, I don't want to build.
Bro, I joined their webinar and Mel had her candles on like purple and pink, and I didn't know you could do that. So I was like looking at it, like, am I tripping right now?
Yeah, yeah, man. You can change. I added it personally for myself. I was like, dude, I'm kind of tired of the basic candle. So yeah, you can change it. You can save it.
That's cool.
Guys, a lot is changing around market over the next month and a half. You're going to see a lot of experiments, a lot of customization that you'll be able to do. By any means, like if you don't like anything, let us know instantly. It's everything is an experiment to us, just like how Ask Market was. We were confident that Ask Market would be a big hit. Okay, we were confident, but there's always that chance that it's not. That maybe something happens, users don't like it, they don't end up coming back to it. So everything's always an experiment. It's always an experiment. If you're trying to buy over here, you're like, I don't know if this plays out, but I'm gonna try it, because you can only be successful if you come to the base and swing the bat every single time. You're only gonna get those home runs. I read the stat recently. It was like Babe Ruth had like,
Oh yeah,
right? You saw that too, right?
I did.
Hold on, I gotta pull out. Here it is. So here's a success rate. Frank Sinatra had
Send it
12.
to me. I'll pull it up on the screen.
Oh yeah. Let me send that to you. Actually, I can probably pull it up. I'll just.
Oh, there you go.
Let me actually. No, I'll send it to you. So in the meantime, well, Kevin will take over the screen while I send this, because I'm a boomer, guys. When it comes to technology, especially sending pictures, I'm not the best. There you go, Kevin. I sent it to you. So on Discord. So, guys, this is what the rate of success is, right? So this is success rate. Frank Sinatra had 1,200 songs and only 209 of them were a hit. That means he had a 17% success rate. Babe Ruth, you all know Babe Ruth, legendary baseball star, had 8,399 attempts and only 714 home runs, 8.5% success rate. Pablo Picasso, this blew my mind. 150,000 pieces. And remember, Picasso wasn't always just painting, right? Like he would draw on napkins, he would give it away, give it to someone. Like he was just always doing freehand as well. 150,000 pieces of art, 1,100 of them were a hit. 0.7% success rate. Now, that's brutal. Like that's literally what it says. The math of success is brutal, but the more times you hit it, the more times you take the hit or take the chance or try, you'll hit it. You'll hit the home run eventually. Like eventually there will come that time where you make a boatload of money and in that 3 weeks you recover 7 years worth of losing. You may think you may think I'm exaggerating, but dude, that happened to me. That literally happened to me. Is in a single in 5 weeks I ended up making back for my first 4 years of losses. And that was just a testament of the more times you come, man, you can really manifest, you can really breathe and talk things into existence. Okay. So again, it's not like we're not just here to take a trade, we take a loss, move on, mope about our day. That is just one of the next 10,000 trades I'm going to take. It doesn't reflect who I am. It doesn't reflect my trading skills. I maybe made an error or the market just did its thing, blah, blah, blah. Markets aren't perfect. The best loser wins. And that's a fantastic book as well for those people who are looking for trading psychology as well. When do we get drawing tools? I saw Jeev. Damn. Bro, I am so glad you brought that up, because I think it is a bug if you do not have drawing tools here. If you guys don't have drawing tools, that's our fault. And I'll look to get one of my engineers on that ASAP fixing this bug. But if you don't do it, let us know right now, guys. And this is a big overlook on my part as a fan, but this is what I mean. We just try harder next time to make sure it doesn't happen again. It's just like the markets did, boo. Well, honestly, well deserved. Sometimes you gotta take you gotta be able to take the boos if you want the applauses.
There you go, bro. Absolutely.
Take that, man. Take that. That's off the top of the dome. That's straight off the top of the head. You gotta take the boos if you want the applauses. So, are we able to change? Yes, absolutely. You can, Stacy. So you can go right to Ask Market. There's a pencil icon right here, and if you click it, you can change it to Stacy. You can change it to whatever you want market to reference you here, but it's right over here. So you can click this. Manish, I'm gonna need you to take off your caps lock, buddy. When will we get the annotation feature on market? So yeah, we're reworking that. That's gonna come out with our new bias engine in a few weeks. I need the tools. Okay, awesome. No drawing tools. Thank you, guys. We'll be working on it. We'll be getting that up for you today. Yep. So any more? I need the tools. Perfect. Okay. When is the giveaway? Tomorrow's stream PPI. The giveaway requirements are post about this stream, market stream. Take a picture of us right now. I'm smiling. Take a picture. Smiling with our CPI win. Take a picture, post about us, tell us what you learned, and that's a requirement. You just post, tag us, tell us what you learned about the CPI stream, whether you caught it or how market's been helping you. And tomorrow we'll be giving away 5 subscriptions, 3 month subscriptions and 2 month free subscriptions. And these are for existing users. These are for upcoming new users. So tune in, because guys, we're really here to guide you. Is we don't have to be doing this. Listen, I got a company to run. Kevin, every single day, he's like, no, if you can't make it, don't feel forced. I got it. I'm like, Kevin, I know you got it, but I just love doing lives with you. Like, it's just a fun time.
He does, guys.
So listen, we don't have to be doing this. Kevin doesn't have to be doing this. Kevin makes more money from his trading than he does doing market in the morning lives. Okay. So he doesn't have to be doing this. It's the fact that he decides to come on. He's the one who took the initiative to do 2.5 hours of live streams every single day, 5 times a week, more on high impact events like FOMC. So that you guys have an area to come to and actually get real knowledge. Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, look, go to Ninja Trader's stream and you will see the most blank staring people at the charts, unable to walk you through the markets. I watched it yesterday after Kevin went offline and I was repulsed. Is these people have 4,000, 10,000 recurring users, concurrent watchers, and they cannot walk.
They're like sitting still, just not talking for like 10 minutes.
You know why, guys? Because majority of the industry makes money off of prop firm affiliates.
Yeah.
If the majority of the money makes money off of that, very few people in this industry will show you a track record. Very few people in the industry will show you, even though I'm walking you guys through the markets, I got chopped up and lost $16,000.
Right. Transparency,
dude. Very few people. Yeah, Kevin has such a good vibe. Exactly. Everybody I talk to says the same thing. They're like, dude, Kevin's literally a superstar on Market in the Morning, and he's the best person for him. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. I'm like, and this all just randomly started off because Kevin and Jeev were just DMing one time.
Yo, seriously.
Right? That's all. And Jeev and me we were having drinks on a Friday, and he's like, yo, check out this Kevin guy. He does live stream for Benzinga. Maybe we should get him on board. And that was that. And that was like last September or maybe August, right, Kevin? So it's and that was all the way back here. So now look at how many things we have walked you through in the financial markets. And just for the time being, we'll even go through some of it. But the point being is that there's no other place on YouTube that I can think about that does what we do. And there isn't. And you know what? That's fine, because that just means there's more for us to take over. And that's what we're really here for, guys. So your support means the world to us. It doesn't go unnoticed. Is that even if you don't have a market subscription and you tune in every single day, that is just enough support for us. I'm telling you, every little thing helps. You don't have to be buying market. I'm the first one to tell you that, dude, if you decide you just want to come here and then look at market through Kevin's screen or my screen, I'm fine with it, dude. Like, I'm completely fine with that. Is that I don't care if that's what you decided. If you decided that you're a user on market and you just want to refer 12 friends so you get the next 1 year free, I don't care. Like, go for it, man. It's we do these things to get the word out. And this is a realization I came to and the team came to at the start of this year, is that we don't care about playing the game for profit here, building market for profit. Our entire thing is we want to get this so widely known in front of the audience that we're not playing the game for margins. Okay. Now, one of my competitors cares about how much profit they make on their business at the end of the month, to the point where they don't pour a lot of money into expansion. If I was to tell you guys how much we spend a month on market, you would be surprised. Is because people don't realize what it actually takes to run a fintech SaaS platform. Right now, and this is, again, me full transparency, we're spending over 6 figures a month on expanding, on scaling, payroll, data, infrastructure costs, users, all of this marketing. It all comes to about over $130,000 a month. And that's not just a small number. That shows you the scale of even how many users you need to have in order to break even on a platform or a company that has such high potential and scalability. Now, I'm not trying to be a small platform. Our goal is that we're going to dominate the fundamental analysis and the market space as a whole. And we are, dude. I have a vlog coming on. I am vlogging the process. I got a vlog. Hired a new editor, another editor to the market team
Nice.
who's gonna be helping me with my personal branding. So, do you see what I'm talking about? Is that everybody else is focused on the short term, and
Yep.
and our vision transcends that, and you can see that because we've prepared you for this bull run on gold from back here, that we were focused on that long run. And it's the same thing when it comes to building a company, is that I'm willing to eat shit for the next 5 years as a founder so I can take my company to $1 billion, so that everybody
Yep.
who I work with, Kevin, everybody on the team is rewarded, everybody continues to grow as we grow. And even Kevin will tell you that that's been literally the case since he started working with us, is that as the company grew, Kevin grew with us, everybody else grew with us, because the
So
people is what make the entire company. It's not the product, right? Not gonna give two shits about the product. It's, dude, doing this without a killer team, having your back, or waking up if I'm sick, knowing that Jeeve or one of the other leaders on the team can take over. Like that to me is the most peaceful sleep I can have in a day. So again, Kevin, I
sorry.
appreciate you always doing this. You know that. I always say this. You never really have to do this, but you always do. You always show up for the community. So I hope you always feel the love as well. And I'm sure you do, because the community, literally everywhere I go, they're like, Kevin's the best, man. I'm like,
Oh,
fuck yeah, I
I
know, man.
appreciate it.
I
I,
know.
I appreciate it, and I do. I always feel the love, and I always tell the people here in the community too. We're only as good as you guys let us be. If you guys weren't engaging, weren't giving us good feedback, we're limited. You let us really spread our wings and build a great platform, and then in return, we give you guys proper trade setups. We give you good information about fundamentals, a stronger understanding of markets. We are here to help guide you, give you that free access to a live stream like this every single day. What more do you guys need to help take that trading to the next level?
Exactly. Exactly, my friend. It's, again, we're not always going to get it right, but at least 8 out of the 10 times we'll be on the right side of the market. And the rest is then up to your execution. And guys, I'm not always going to get execution right. Sometimes I'll get it wrong. I've talked about my win rate. My win rate is lower than 60%. Is I will miss a lot as well. But because of the risk reward setups, I can milk something like this, and that's it. I know that this is a dovish reading for inflation, but it's not going to take us to the moon right now because it was expected. So I know to take profit on these highs here versus having different expectations of gold pushing straight into 4450s right now. Do you see what I mean? It's all about expectation. And it's the same thing that I talked about. It's that long-term vision. Is the next trade isn't going to make you rich, but it can 100% make you broke if you let it. So, guys, I gotta head out. I have a meeting in about 10 minutes, but thank you all for letting me guide you through CPI. Um, Sorry, let me know when you're ready for an AI change management leader, Lauren. Lauren, yeah, you could send us a pitch, send me an email. We're on a hiring freeze right now just because we scaled at the start of this year in hiring, but later on this year we'll be hiring more going into Q4. So if you want to for sure stay in touch, send me a pitch, anything. We're always looking for people, like-minded individuals who are skillful. Okay, and again, guys, what we really value are traders. If you're a trader and you have a skill set that you think we can utilize in market on the actual business side of things, and you're a trader, that's the perfect combination. I rather hire someone who has the potential and who has the knowledge of understanding markets than going out paying someone 300 grand from this company and poaching them. To me, I think it's way better to invest and build people than it is to go and get the best of the best. It's that always ends up working out way better. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much, Kevin. I'll let you take it from here, my friend, and see you guys hopefully tomorrow. I never know.
Bro,
Never
you're gonna
know.
have to reschedule that appointment, man. I don't know what I gotta tell you.
Shit, I'm gonna have to work something out. I'm gonna have to work something. Okay, but guys, giveaway tomorrow, so stay tuned, and I'll see you soon.
Real quick on the giveaway, is that's the Twitter giveaway, right?
That's different.
Okay. Oh, so
This
separate
will be
giveaway.
exclusive to Market in the Morning. Everybody who's here
Gotcha.
right now.
So I'll
This
put
is all.
together some type of what's it called? Those Google things that you
Not
no.
even. If people want to enter in the giveaway, tag us on social media on Twitter on Instagram about this stream, about CPI and how we broke it down. What you learned is what I want to know. What did you learn and how you're using market? If you can just make a simple post, quick story, picture, whatever it may be, a post, that's it. And you're entered. My team will be on the lookout. You just have to tag our market account. And that is all. I will tell my team to be on the lookout for it. All right.
So just tag Market in a post on Instagram, right? Instagram stories, Twitter,
Yep.
anywhere.
Twitter,
Tag it,
anywhere about this
screenshot it.
stream. It's gotta be about market in the morning CPI stream.
There you
Okay,
go.
anything, whether something you liked about it, what you hated, you could be like Nalab is rude. He calls retail. He calls the 99% of retail traders monkeys. You can say that. I don't care. Get any publicity is good publicity for me, guys.
There you go.
You know,
Um,
yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you guys want, screenshot it and send it in our Discord community too, just in case somebody misses it on social media. Post it in our Discord as well to just remind us. But 100% do that. Share us. Market in the morning, CPI, how we broke it down. The lab called it out before it even occurred. Love to see that, man.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. So, guys, take it easy. Yeah, monkeys, your new favorite word. Yeah, just don't abuse it. You know, we only call monkeys monkeys. We don't call good people monkeys. I'm gonna post Neil up was drinking coffee. Yeah, do it, man. I'm always drinking coffee. My caffeine intake is like 1,200 milligrams a day. So
Nice.
get at that level, you'll be this energized, and that's what it takes. All right, cheers, guys. Peace.
Take care, no. Awesome, guys. Awesome. Yo, killer stream so far. I'm in some Nas longs from these lows around 29,880. Unfortunately, not liking this reaction we had towards 960. I'm going to hold it, trying to target new high of day and that 30,000 key level right there. If it comes back, though, definitely want to be a little careful on locking in some profit. Great moves today, great analysis. ES with a bit more weakness than NASDAQ, but now look at that. NASDAQ really holding it, trying to hold it down there. VIX was making new low of day, does confirm more bullish trend. Explain the CPI results. Yeah, I got you. No, the lab didn't break it down well enough for you. Come on, Davey. No, I'm just kidding. Guys, follow us on Instagram, No Labs Instagram, my Instagram, No Labs X, Markets X, all of our accounts. Show some love. Share the information. So CPI, we'll ask Market. How did CPI come out today? And you know what? And explain the results. Perfect. You trading 15 minute and 5 minute? Yep. Big fan of keeping an eye on those 5 minute, 15 minute for an entry. Higher time frame for key levels. Perfect. CPI printed this morning 8:30 and came in on consensus across the board. Headline 0.1% month over month expected, 0.34% year over year expected, core 0.2% year over year expected. Everything was unexpected. This is inline paint, shows inflation continuing to cool year over year, down from 3.5% headline, 2.6% core. Now, what else do we have? But no surprise in either direction. Do you only trade? Yeah, so I only trade New York session. I'm a big believer of when you're a trader, you're trying to become consistent or you're building that routine, that everything that's in your power, you want to be able to make so routine, so cookie cutter that nothing really changes. Like, I'm not going to trade New York session and then randomly trade Asia session just because. If I had a system where, yeah, sure, Asia session, I look for this, New York session, I look for that, I could do that too. But I like to give myself that New York session opening window to say, hey, listen, I trade with you guys 8:20 to 10:30. I trade another hour after that with my community. You guys could shoot me a message on Instagram. Feel free to join from 10:30 to 11:30. Any final trades, if there's any last movers or whatever. And then from there, done for the day. Call it a day. Maybe I record a video for social media. I like posting social media videos, whether it's like a comparison, educational, or even just breaking down CPI. Like, I'll probably have a CPI breakdown video today as well. Key read right here: modest disinflation on track to shock, derail, and the Fed's current path. Market pricing for the upcoming FOMC likely unchanged. The lack of update surprise removes a hawkish catalyst, the lack of a downside beat means no fresh dovish fuel either. That's a cool breakdown right there, man. That's dope. That market can do that. Yo, what a pullback, man, to this level. Definitely having a lot less confidence in these longs than when we were all the way up here. I would not be surprised if we ended up making new low of day. VIX, however, still trying to make that new low of day, which would be overall bullish. Yeah, I'll drop you guys a link to that for sure. For sure, for sure. It's also like a Discord. So make sure you guys join the market Discord. I'm going to send that link right now to you guys. Join that. If you want to share us on social media, share us on social media, and then use that link, this Discord I just sent. Join it, post a screenshot that you shared it, just to make sure that we do put you guys into the giveaway. The next one, that is Trading Pioneers. That's my community. I go live here for about an hour after I'm live with you guys here for Market in the Morning. It's going to be the second link if you guys would like to join. Again, free community. Always happy to do these live streams for you guys, get things started, and also help you get on the right path. But look at this, man. Real range bound today. And why are we range bound? Well, we were sort of expecting range bound. Why? Because it came on as expected, right? The report came in as expected. We did not get a surprise, nothing major there. So right back to where my entry was. That is insane. That's wild. If it stops me out, it stops me out. If it doesn't, it holds great. Stop loss is around 53 right now. I feel like I should give it a little more room towards 45. But we could keep it new low of day. Yeah, we'll keep it like 53 for now. Why not? Breaks 53, we're probably heading towards 45. Look at this range, man. I liked this low volume shelf. That was one of the reasons I took this trade long. Definitely trying to retest that key level. Be patient, be careful. A lot of selling pressure here. NVIDIA is not too weak right now, so one of the main reasons I'm trying to hold this trade too is NVIDIA has not shown any weakness. We've broken supply, so we're trying to use it as demand. So being patient on that end. ES a lot weaker than NASDAQ today. ES made new low of day right now. NASDAQ did not make that new low of day. Can you explain how you can use market for upcoming USD news and its impact on Euro? Yeah. Let's see. Euro USD news. Wow, NASDAQ's holding up right there. For now. Okay, so it definitely depends. When you say USD news, are you just referring to US economic events in general? Because usually what I'll do then is I'll just come to the economic calendar every day and make sure that, okay, today's Wednesday. Do we have anything of high impact? I have high impact and medium impact selected, and I have countries set to US. This is giving me, because I trade New York session, the most important economic events that come out. Oh, wait, I turned it off. There we go. Okay, so anything that's like MBA, that's related to like yields, that is not significant enough for US stocks unless it's a wild report. CPI, that's an important read. PPI tomorrow, that's also an important read. Friday, we have Michigan sentiment preliminary, right? Now, what you can use with market is you hit the sparkle icon, and guess what? It will tell you the impact on the USD. So if we're above forecast, so it gives you the base forecast, gives you a maximum target and a minimum target for the range. If we're outside that range, we expect volatility, we expect a crazy reaction, right? And we also expect a bit of a trend day at that point. When we come on right on forecast, that's when we get days more like this, where we're just bouncing between highs and lows. So look at that. Those longs that I have, they're still somewhat holding up. They did not stop me out. So now we just wait, we hold. 5-minute closes in 45 seconds here. 15-minute also closes in 45 seconds. 30-minute closes in 40 seconds too. Would love to see a little momentum. If we could try to close somewhere up here on this 30, which means we have to stay bullish for the next 30 seconds, I would have a lot more confidence that these buyers are ready to try to hold us. If not, I am looking to just get out at new high of day near that 30,000 level on NASDAQ. Let's see. Awesome, guys. I see you guys all joining. Appreciate you guys. Show some love there. Say hello. Introduce yourself in the general chat. Awesome, guys. Let me know what you trade, how you trade, and what your strategy is. NASDAQ starting to hold there. 4 seconds left. Looks okay. Going to hold these longs. That's great. It even gave you guys that re-entry opportunity had you not been in it from the original entry that I took. But this is still very range bound. I want to be very careful. I almost do want to cut some of this position at some point somewhere higher. But I don't want to get out down here because this is the area that at this point buyers have shown interest. So if buyers are showing interest in this area, I don't want to be selling in this area. So I want to be buying with the buyers. If we fail this area, then sure, I'll get on out. But right now, stop loss is going to be at 52. 20, what is that? 29,852. Right over there. New low of day on NASDAQ. So I'm looking for new low of day on NASDAQ to hold. This broken supply area, just trade it back to the top of the range. Can you explain what you mean by ES weaker than NQ? I found that most days they don't move the same. Yeah, so when I say ES is weaker than NQ, take a look at the ES chart over here. ES, also VWAP. NASDAQ above VWAP, above its 50 and holding, and it didn't make new low of day since 940. ES just made new low of day here at 955, 5 minutes ago. So ES is trying to break lower. NASDAQ is trying its best to hold those recent lows. So NASDAQ showing a bit more significant strength compared to the ES, or on the flip side of that, ES showing more significant weakness. Now, the reason for that is because ES is not a tech-heavy ETF like something like the NASDAQ is. ES is a combination, right? It's the S&P 500. It's 500 of the top companies in the New York Stock Exchange. So we're talking industrial, we're talking finance, we're talking all these different sectors, whereas NASDAQ is primarily and heavily tech related. So Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon, those have a stronger relationship to the NASDAQ. Now, NASDAQ does still have a pull on ES, so if we see NASDAQ start rallying from here, we will most likely see some follow through, or at least a struggle on ES to move lower. But if we pulled up the Dow right now, let's bring up the YM on the bottom left. Look at this. The YM made new low of day. That's what's helping drag the ES lower at the moment, is the Dow's weakness. We need the Dow to hold up like it's trying to hold up this level, and we need NASDAQ to hold up here, and that should help give ES that turnaround. Without those happening, the NASDAQ's probably going to start to fail like it's doing right now. Dow most likely going to continue to fail, and we're going to see that stronger move on ES to the downside, most likely towards 77.56. That is our opening price today on the S&P. So just some levels, just a quick breakdown, an understanding of why those levels and how those levels. Great question. If anybody else has any questions, you guys know to drop it in the comments. There's no bad question. All questions are good. And if you have that question, somebody else has it too. Let's see. Look at this, guys. We're trying to hold the 50 on NASDAQ too. Yes, we're under the 50, right? So we see that there is an overall divergence in the Dow is weaker, making the ES weaker. Now we see NASDAQ is really struggling to hold through this area. But with the minute 40 left here, I'm, again, not going to just get out of my position because it sort of looks weak. It sort of looked weak here and we held. It sort of looked weak here and we held. My analysis on this trade is done when NASDAQ makes a new low of day, right? So that's where my stop loss is. Your stop loss should be at a structural point. The lab was covering this the other day too. Your stop loss is where your analysis is incorrect. Right now, my analysis is incorrect if NASDAQ makes a new low of day because I'm looking to buy the lows and sell the highs. NASDAQ makes that new low of day. I take the paper cut. I'm out, either done for the day, or I maybe take one more trade. If we do start seeing some more selling pressure, I could flip bias, or if we do hold back within the range, I can look for a re-entry. But other than that, I'm not going to be over here just like buy, sell, buy, sell, buy. I don't want to get out down here, then have it hold, then buy all the way up here. Forex Factory results was all neutral, confusing. Yeah, that's usually the case with Forex Factory. Oh man, you guys are going to hear the landscapers in the back now. So we're coming into this area of support again on NQ here. This is pretty massive. Again, I'm keeping an eye on new low of day. New low of day gets taken out, I'm out of this trade, and it does look like we're trying to get there. Nvidia came off of new high of day. Yeah, it's hitting that low volume shelf. It's trying to find support. I do want to almost move my stop loss towards 42 to give it room to tick new low of day. You know what I'm saying? Because 42 is right near the bottom of that low volume area. So we could tick into this all we want. As long as we don't break below it, I want to see this act as support. But yeah, here we come. There we go. 42 is stop loss. We did just make new low of day on NASDAQ, so I want to be crazy careful right now. Definitely considering getting out. Going to be moving my stop loss to now this new low that was just created off VWAP. So we're able to say, okay, listen, minimizing this loss right here, calling it a day after that it gets triggered. Or if we stay range bound like we've been seeing, people that are selling these lows are doing just that. They're selling the low just for markets to reverse on them. So staying patient, we're back above my entry point. Entry point is actually at 869, so it's a little lower than this, 869.71. So still holding, just really waiting to see the reaction. I need to see us close back above this 29,890 up in here. There we go. There's that break above. Give us that break and hold, man. NASDAQ really, really testing our patience today. And you know what? Markets love to test patience and then run to stop loss. So we'll see. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Trying to hold, guys. Guys, if you haven't already, man, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, all that fun stuff. NASDAQ's still trying its best to hold. I'm not a fan of this 15-minute trying to almost give us that basing candle before a sell-off. But the fact that we are back above this price level I just marked out, this 29,900, that's huge. Again, a lot of people sold this low thinking we're breaking down, not knowing we had this low volume imbalance, not knowing we have an overall bullish fundamental, and boom, what happened? They're getting bought right back up. Bro, if we take out 912 here, that'd be crazy. Weighted index trying to hold, but still fairly weak. I do almost want to cut some contracts off up here, but at this point, holding through all of that, let's just wait. It either runs to stop loss or runs to take profit. That's how our trades should be. It is 10:07, guys. Am I the only one that feels like today's sort of running in slow motion? Just a little bit. Just a drop. Kev, how do you weigh the mega caps are doing and which ones more? Okay, so which ones like sort of hold more weight, which ones don't? Great question. So obviously Nvidia holds the most weight. I have a weighted index ticker right down over here. Nvidia 8.69%, 7.14 on Apple, 5.28 on Microsoft, 4.92 on Amazon, 3.92 on Google. So that's the weight, and what that is that's the actual weight on NQ, on the QQQ for the top 10 holdings. 5 of those top 10 holdings, and those being those tickers. I do also have, I don't like how we're weak up here. See if we get some type of exit if we fail. So I do have another chart on one of my other screens that gives me all of my equities. Google bottom left over here, it's trying to make new low of day. Nvidia trying its best to hold above VWAP. Microsoft trying its best to hold. Meta, same thing. Apple trying to hold too. Amazon, all these equities trying to hold, but we do see some relative weakness. You can use a watch list too and look at the percent change and see that we're a little scattered today, but still leaning a bit more on the bear side. So just being patient here, letting markets try to play out. 1:20 left in this 5-minute. And we're trying our best to hold. Just ticked over midnight. Yo, have a great evening. Elsa, have a great evening. I hope you took a winner today. I'm going to be moving a stop loss on one contract to 29,891. That way, if we do just drop back lower, I'm securing some profit. If we keep pumping higher, then I'm holding this winner right now. Would really like to see all those people that I mentioned before that were selling lows completely underwater. Like markets just completely rip against them. 1 to 5, there you go. There you go, Elsa. Yo, we got to get that the Elsa course going, man. It's going to be fun. She's going to be like, this is how you catch a minimum of a 5 to 1 every single day. NASDAQ trying to hold. Equities trying to hold as well. Definitely a little weakness here on the weighted index, but I still love how NASDAQ's holding that area. Mel's the queen. Mel is the queen. You guys are all queens and kings here in this community. in these streams. If you guys aren't already, make sure you're subscribed so you can join us every single day, Monday through Friday, here on Market in the Morning. Buyers stepping in again on NASDAQ here. Wow, do we really want to just see a clean run up from here? That would be massive. Huge. That would be huge. Somebody call him. Learned from her. That's great. That's great. It's all about who we learn from, how we figure things out, how we set things up for the best possibility of success, all that fun stuff. Yeah, seeing some weakness up here, I am definitely considering getting out of a contract if we do get one more move higher. Let's see. Actually, no, what? We have some buyers here at this 29,920. We get above 29,920. I'd love to move stop loss even higher to like here. But if we don't get above this, so here we go. If we break out here, push green on this candle, stop loss gets moved to 29,911 on just one contract. I'm in just 3 micros right now, real small size, especially given the current range. Here's that break of 25, 27. Trying to hold higher, very range bound. I am going to move my stop loss to that 29,910 area. Looking for the squeeze to just continue crushing these sellers at lows, give us nice momentum towards 30,000 key psychological level on NASDAQ. Weighted index holding up, that gives me confidence. VIX did just make a new low of day, that's still bullish. Boom, new highs on NASDAQ, pushing up, that's great. There we go, guys. Good work, good patience. This market's really calling for some patience today. That is for sure. Nvidia holding, Google holding a key level, Amazon holding up, Apple's weak, Meta's weak. Other than that, Microsoft, Nvidia, and Google are trying to hold at the moment. Definitely considering killing a contract here, but let's try to let this winner play out. CVD climbing higher, which is a bullish sign for volume-wise. I will get out of one if this candle turns back bearish. I'll get out of one contract to just lock in some profit from this move. Right now, we're floating 53 points in profit from that entry. Yeah, here we go. Do we stop hunt this? Let's see. I wouldn't be surprised if it did. But I will hold the last contracts then if that's the case. Buyers trying to support that level. 910. All right, it was just tapped, so I am out of one contract for some profit. I will move stop loss on the last couple contracts towards, what is that level? 29,857. 857, like right over here. Really not wanting it to have that big of a pullback at this point. We have seen these buyers fail off of not even highs, just trying to create some lower highs here. And we did create a lower low too, so I do want to be very patient off of this level. Wait in. VIX was moving lower. Equities were moving higher. Seeing just a lot of chop right now. We're retesting this area. Let's see. We'd like to see these buyers hold this zone. Retest this zone. This is previous day high level right here. So we got some key levels lining up. Want to see it hold. Try to continue. If it fails, we just get stopped out for a very small loss. That's how we got to manage our trades, guys. Losses should be paper cuts. Winners should be able to be band-aids upon 3 paper cuts. 4 paper cuts, right? Because we want those winners to surpass the losses. So when we take a loss, we're not psychologically thrown and going, oh my God, now I can't lose again. I have to win this next one. Any type of psychology like that's going to throw you off. And what's going to happen is you're going to force your next trade. You're not going to size properly. You're not going to think clearly. And that's when things start to spiral in your trading. So there we go. Nice little hold there on NASDAQ off of, like I said, the retest of that level. Good hold. Being patient. Majority of gold positions I have taken the profit. Let's see. I have taken profit. We'll hold the remaining as a bonus, but I'm done for the day. Maybe the week I'm going to head out. Hey, good job. Good work today. Lock in those profits and call it a day. It's our pleasure. We're always happy to do these streams for you guys. It is 10:15 right now, really trying to let these markets play out, but I'm thinking of killing this trade where we're at, seeing how range bound we are and how we did just make new low of day as well. So unless we start pumping here like crazy, really going to stay hesitant. This is my first time joining Market Live since you were on HTL earlier this week. This is a fantastic community. Oh, Jackie, I appreciate that. That's awesome. Thank you very much. That's our goal. Create a nice little free community with you guys. Grow it out to as many people as we can and just keep sharing that knowledge, keep sharing those insights, and help you guys become the better trader that you know you can be. So good. I'm happy about that. Very happy to hear that. Yeah, welcome. Exactly. Yeah, everybody come. Welcome, Jackie. Welcome, everybody. This is, again, a very good community to be a part of. Let's see. I'm looking for my Discord. I lost it. I lose everything. I got too many channels and tabs and all that fun stuff. Alrighty. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's 10:16. Yeah, guys, talk about slow-mo of a day. Holy cow. Yeah, staying out of this chop, smart man. Smart man. I'm in from the lows, so it's like it's a paper cut if I lose, and it's a nice winner if we just go to those recent highs we were at. So I'm really just remaining patient on this, letting it play out as long as it wants to play out. Do have some resistance overhead. Do have some support below us. Rocking a hard place market. If you didn't get in long near lows, you don't want to be getting long near these current highs. Again, if anything, considering getting out of these highs up here. But we'll try to see. I like the fundamentals. I like CPI, inflation coming in cooler. It's unfortunately not cooler than expected. If it was cooler than expected, we'd have a beautiful trend today. Beautiful range. Beautiful move, but right now we're very range bound. So the goal was to buy the lows, seeing that it did still come in lower than prior. So the fact that it came in lower than prior is still a more overall bullish sentiment. Now it's just a matter of seeing if markets want to start digesting it with strength or if it wants to stay range bound for the rest of the day. Take a look at some higher time frames. I'm a huge fan. I'm sure you guys will learn this about me, about checking those higher time frames, right? So even if we're on a 5-minute, look at the 15. 15 minutes telling me right now we just wicked lows, and we could be trying to reverse here on the 15. So I'm holding this position till it either goes and stops me out, or until it goes right to those recent highs we were at. When we get to those recent highs, I'm going to be in for a nice win, and then I'm also going to have the opportunity to look to see if there are any other price levels to the upside to target. Right now, I don't really see any till 30,200. So again, can we possibly hold this for 300 points on NASDAQ? Is that unreasonable? Absolutely not. But we'll need to see some momentum going into that. When did you start teaching? I'm trying to teach my sister, but it ain't going well. It's definitely hard to teach this, teach trading in general, teach anything really, right? You know, I started teaching trading about 2 years ago. No, 3 years ago now. 3 years ago, I started teaching trading, building routine. About 2 years ago, I really started diving into the fundamentals, the reasons behind why markets move. It started with earnings reports, earnings calls, then dived more into like financial markets, the Fed, policy, all that crazy, even fun stuff. That market makes it so simple to learn, like so easy. Before it required a lot of research and a lot of time and energy. Now it's just like now it's literally ask market and you'll know. But yeah, I've been trading for 7, teaching for 3. It's crazy how time flies, man. Just 6 years ago, when I was still even learning, you know, I've told a lot of you guys, I'm sure some of you are new here, but 6 years ago I was told it's not looking good. You know, we don't know what's wrong with you. We don't know, blah, blah, blah. They botched a surgery. It was all in my intestines. It's all horrible. But pushed through, stayed positive. I was learning trading. I used all the time. I went from working 50, 60 hours to being homesick. I was like, yo, I got to be doing something with my time. Went book after book, YouTube video after YouTube video. You guys know all about it. YouTube Academy. And yeah, it was great. I'm 27, bro. I'm 27. I know people say I look younger. I don't know if I still have that to my looks anymore. I like to think I do. But yeah, 27. 27. Not the roughest 27, so that's probably a good thing. NASDAQ getting some weakness again over here, man. This is just talk about barcoding price action. Yeah, if we head towards new low, I'm out. My current stop loss is, like I told you guys before, near like 57, near VWAP. Equity's getting weak. I'm 29. You sure look much. Yeah. Yeah. Just getting started. That's it, man. That's it. Listen, enjoy the journey. You look 20. Bro, I'm 27. Yeah, I'm single, though. I'm single. Single as a Pringle. I'm married to the NASDAQ. You guys know the vibes. Married to the deck. Married to the game. Gold continuing higher. Gold had a bit more momentum than the NASDAQ. Gold held VWAP very well. Nice continuation trades. Not too shabby. NASDAQ just really struggling left and right now. 15-minute time frame needs to start holding up. We have 9 minutes left. I'm not losing faith. Not losing faith in these trades until it either stops me out, and that's it. Hands pulling. But yo, you already know, bro. You already know. I hop on the train. I get over to the city. I start pulling some trading baddies. I go right to Wall Street, and I see like, what's her name? Tory Trades, right? The trendline chick. That's great. That's funny, man. Yo, is VIX doing anything? Come on, somebody give me something here. Somebody give me something here. VIX has been trying to consolidate. Markets are so boring that we are chit-chatting. We are, bro. That's absolute. Listen, man, you're better off chit-chatting when markets get boring than trying to force something and try to make a reason to take a trade. Well, we came off of this zone 4 times now and we keep failing. I have to go short now. Meanwhile, we never truly failed the zone. We never broke below the zone and continued through the zone. So this area stays support until we're able to break it. And if it doesn't break it, then guess what? Look at that. It's still acting as support. Awesome, guys. Guys, are you in this long trade with me on NASDAQ as it chops around? I mean, not for nothing, right? If we took these longs down here and we even targeted up here, that's a 3-to-1 just trading that range. But I want the money, baby. I want that money. Let's see. Style 14. And you guys know how markets are. They'll always reward somebody for being greedy. Oh, wait a minute. No, they don't. But they do reward those who are patient. And we are most definitely being patient on this ridiculous trade. But we also have proper risk management on it. So if it does end up chopping around this whole time, then finally stops us out, guess what? All right, we're on to the next day, you know? So just be patient, man. Let these markets come to us. Don't force trades. Don't freak out of trades. Nvidia holding up, which is great. Google's struggling. Microsoft is trying to hold. Apple's trying to hold. Meta's trying to hold. Take a look at that weighted index ticker. Struggling, chopping, trying to move higher. Really got to see Nvidia still holding VWAP and this low volume imbalance. We are range bound because we're also lacking in volume right now. Look at this volume. Look at the volume down here, guys. That is nothing volume. That is a bit of a red flag, right, for any type of trend trade. Definitely a red flag for a breakdown because we don't have any volume to move us lower. A bit more of a green flag for range-bound price action, which is great for us since we bought the low of the range, but not a green flag for continuation. Minute 05 left on this 5-minute. This 5-minute can continue, and then we have just 6 or 5 minutes left in this 15. Again, I'm looking for this 15-minute candle that we're on right now that has 6 minutes left to try to push higher. If this current 15-minute candle that we're on right here closes somewhere higher like this, I will look for continuation, and this will be a nice, easy target to hit. If it closes somewhere, small body like where we are right now, I am going to look to get the heck out of this trade. But right now, we still bought the lows. ES showing a little more strength. VIX trying to move lower here as well. There goes NASDAQ trying to move higher yet again. Still leaning bullish. You guys already know. Bro, this market is definitely a game of patience. Still leaning bullish. 5 seconds in this 5 minute. I like this 5 minute close, but hey, guess what? It did the same thing over here. And then what did the next 5 minutes do? It wicked up and then it dropped. So I'm really being patient, and I also am considering getting out of another contract if we break high near these 937s again on NASDAQ. But we'll wait and see. We'll also see when we do break those highs how the structure is. I might just move my stop loss up again, right? Manage the trade properly. Let it run if it's a winner and finding momentum, but also cut it if we see that we're failing and going to be range bound again. Do not want to let a winner turn into a loser. Beautiful, trying to hold. Yes, trying to hold back above VWAP 2 for the first time since 9:45 today. That's a great sign. 15-minute orb, trying to close back within it. Here's the orb low on ES. Orb low on NASDAQ has been already trying to hold this whole time. So really need a squeeze right here. We need this volume that was dying to pick back up and give us some momentum again, just at the top of the range. Bought the low, sell the high. Trade with the overall bias, which was bullish from CPI. Some bars right there, guys. We're back at 29,920. NVIDIA close to new high of day. That's a great sign for our equities. Guys, if you haven't already, man, smash that like button. I don't even know what we're at, but let's shoot for 120 likes. Might be past that by now. We better be past that by now. Yeah, we're past it. We're at 126. You guys are legends. So you guys do like making money and learning. Good, that's good to know. You guys are in the right place then. Here we're back to 136. Here we're back at 40. Great, we're above those highs. That's, guys, we bought those lows. Who does it better? I'll wait. I'll wait. NVIDIA pumping. I am going to possibly exit a contract up here, really considering it off of the chop we've had. I do want to see if we can continue. Just looking to trade it back to the top of the range. Volume is starting to pick up a little bit here. It's just we've been lacking follow through all day, so why would we assume follow through now? But I did mention I wanted the 15-minute to close higher like it is trying to form. We have 240 left in this 5-minute. Not going to let that close out, and then I'll make up my mind. And do I want to buy, hold, or get the heck out? We did have some headlines right there. Let's take a look at market, see if anything of significance. Nope. Nothing major right now for us. Awesome. Guys, it is 10:27. At 10:30, we'll know if we're going to hold, if we're going to close. And we'll also know, that we're wrapping up market in the morning. Yeah, I'm definitely considering closing a contract up here, man. This is the weakness that's starting to present itself. Again, lack of volume at these highs. NVIDIA is pumping very well. Microsoft is pumping. Meta's pumping. All right, we'll try to hold this. Bro, buy the low, sell the high. Buy the low, sell the high. That's how we make our apple pie, our market pie. I guess Apple works. We're talking about Apple, the stock, the company. Speaking of Apple, Apple is showing some weakness. NVIDIA is still pumping. Microsoft still holding. Yeah, overall 50-50 on this. I am going to look to exit just a contract up here at 946. 946. No, maybe we'll get out of one at 936. 936 right up over here, right at the beginning of this 1 minute. 15-minute time frames, got a minute left right there. Do want to see some follow through. Maybe we'll cancel that exit for a moment. Waiting. 55 seconds left. Really got to see these buyers step right back in here. If buyers don't step in here, then yeah, unfortunately, we probably are in for a pullback towards the lows again. So yeah, we would want to get the heck out of this long position. But give it that minute, give it that 40 seconds. We've waited long enough. We could wait another 40 seconds. If you're in good profit, you're happy with the profit you're seeing, though, take it. Don't be greedy. Yeah, really struggling here on this 5 now. 20 seconds left, 15-minute time frame, 18 seconds. Got to see us try to close above this level. We don't close above that level. That's a huge red flag. And right now, these sellers are stepping in very strong. Seeing a bit of a spread here, 7 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're at least trying to close above that zone. We found a little bit of a spike higher on that last minute of the 5. Just want to be really careful. I probably will look to get out of one near 29,933 just to play it safe. See if we get this move up. 34 for that exit. Lock in some profit. Nvidia still holding up. Microsoft still trying to move higher. So still have some more bullish equities overall. I'm going to move that take profit for just a moment here. We start blasting through. I do want to try to let this winner run. We've been patient enough, but ooh, look at that chop. All right, yeah, I'm going to try to get out. I said I wanted a stronger close on the 15. I'm not going to let this winner turn into a loser. Taking a small exit here. And guys, we're going to hold just a contract to try to let it play out, but be patient. Let it do its thing. If you have your setup, take it. If you don't have your setup, then you don't take any trades. Guys, that's our market in the morning stream today. I appreciate you all for being here. Be excited for tomorrow's stream. It's going to be PPI. Hopefully we get some more volatility. Hopefully PPI gives us an even crazier move. What just happened there? What even? What even, guys? What in the world? What? That's just like, I guess, what we get for not wrapping up market in the morning soon enough. Guys, have a great rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Peace.